Well, hello everybody. Grandma Bev here from Life with Grandma Bev. And welcome to this week's Ride Along with Me. Now, I'm not going to leave this on my whole way into town, which means I'm going into Silverdale. I'm just going to do this through the town here because you all seem to like to see our little waterfront town. And then I'll put you on hold till I get in line at the Goodwill store because I've got my back of my car loaded up and I'm taking everything now to the Goodwill. So I'll be sitting in a line more than likely, and that's when I'll come back on. But isn't this pretty down here? This car would get out of my way. See the water? I'll let it get up ahead. After we cleaned the pantry out, we had a lot of stuff to get rid of. The good stuff, of course, is going to my thrift store. And the stuff that's a little more questionable is going to the Goodwill. So after we go to the Goodwill, we're going to go down into East Bremerton. And that's to go to the biggest Dollar Tree in our area. So I might try to snap a little bit of footage when I'm in that store, so you can see why I like it a lot. But it's a lot further to go to, so. Trying to figure out what people are doing here. A lot further to go to. So I'm doing it because the last two stores I went to are out of my granola bars, so let's hope, fingers crossed, that this big one has the ones I want. If they do, I'm gonna buy a bunch of them. So, okay, here we're coming back up out of the town. Are these people gonna cross, or are they just well, I don't know. They're standing there looking all around, but they're in the crosswalk. Come up, out. Now, off to my left, of course, is the water. We came down straight towards the water. Now we're going out around it. Just went over the new speed bump. Up here to my busy looking at the camera, almost went to the curb. Up to my right, of course, is Martha and Mary Nursing Center, Health and Rehab. That's where my parents both were at when they passed on. Not because of anything the nursing center did. So, I think I'm going to, when I get to this stop sign, I'm going to put you on hold and I'll come back on once I get in line. Unless I see something you really need to see. Well, I am back. I'm in line now and there's about, let's see, counting this guy that's being emptied. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 or 6 cars ahead of me. But when the pandemic started, woo, they used to be lined up all the way, because this is the side of the building, and they used to be lined up all the way down the front of the building, almost out to the street, because people, were taking advantage of being home and going through a lot of stuff. So, looks like, is that car getting ready to leave yet? No, I'm going to put my brake on or put it in park. Anyway, how was your weekend? Ours was good. We didn't go anywhere. We don't like to really go places on the weekends. We used to always go camping when we worked with the motorhome. But, we were in it all winter long. We don't feel much like going out during the summers in it, so. Let's see, we did go outside Saturday night. We had a happy hour. We invited the neighbors across the street, Jerry and his sister Linda. And that was fun. We hadn't gotten to have them all summer. And none of the kids came out, none of the kitty cats. I figured they wouldn't, being there was somebody else back there with us. But then, right when they left, I saw Jason, the snail. I guess he's a big snail because he looked the same, had the big hump thing. And then there was a little, what I call her, Julie. It's another littler one. And then there was a big slug moving along along towards there, and a little skinny slug was making its way over to where I had the food out for them. So those guys came, but then of course after we went inside, who showed up but Pumpkin, who is Smokey's sibling. And then later Smokey showed up. It's like, hey, you guys, come on. So there wasn't anything new and exciting to report, but you know, it was a good night. We had a lot of fun. And let's see. Yesterday's Monday, which, you know, normally I do these on a Mondays and Bob's golfing. Well, on holidays, they don't golf because it's too crowded to get in. So he's golfing there right now. Hey, I'm the next person. That was fast. So I figured I'd go, like I say, down into Bremerton to go to the biggest Dollar Tree store. And I don't remember if I mentioned to you that then when I come back this way, I'm going to go down to Ross. I haven't been to Ross since last year. My daughter did a video on going to one, and that put me to thinking too, oh, I haven't been to a Ross for a while either. I'm wondering if this guy next to me in the pickup truck thinks I'm nuts. Because here I am talking away. When she's almost done, I'm going to put you on hold. I thought of something else to tell you too, but no, I don't remember. Hope they see me as an old lady. Yeah, better help her unload. You ever notice when you get in a line that you're always in the wrong line, or if there's 2 lines or 3 lines even, you're always in the one that does end up being the slowest? Interesting. Storage boxes that gal is unloading. Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold because she's putting her back end down. Okay. Well, you know, you gotta take the brake off. People up back behind me are playing, hurry up, geez, these old ladies. Well, they only have one guy working out there. So, I unloaded. Oh, I like that vase that gal found. I unloaded the stuff out of the back onto the ground, and then he came over and took it all off. So, straight ahead there, that's Costco. And last week when I did go here to Goodwill, Bob was at Costco at the same time I was over here. Didn't even know it. Oh, let's see, there's a Bed Bath & Beyond. I think that's closed. There's a, put something in that building. Anyway, that used to be an Eddie Bauer to my left. An Eddie Bauer outlet kind of store. And that was there for years. And every year when we'd come home from Yuma, I'd wonder if it was still going to be there. It did leave during this summer. Whew. Out of breath. Well, you know, it feels like you're taking a load off your shoulders when you get rid of a bunch of stuff, you know? I mean, I had these seats up back here. So the whole back of the car was full. And then, like I say, I've got 2 huge, big boxes still at home that I want to take to my second season thrift store. However, I got to make sure that they're taking donations, because I remember, you know, if you remember the last bunch I wanted to take down there, they weren't taking any every time I went down, so. Well, let's see. I got to speak with my my son and his family in. Well, they were actually on their. those two cars just went through a red light in front of me. They're lucky I was paying attention. Anyway, they were coming back from their house in Pennsylvania, and they'd also made a trip up to Connecticut to take my grandson back up to school. He goes to school up there. And that's like 3 hours drive from their Pennsylvania place, so he's a senior. So we'll be going to his graduation next May. And then my granddaughter started school today. She'll be going to Manhattan for her school. So it was good to talk to them. And the reason why I was trying to talk to them was because Saturday was my son's 53rd birthday and my grandson's 18th. So, I knew I wouldn't get a hold of them on the exact day, so I kept sending them messages. Now, let me know when it's a good time to call. So naturally, they called me yesterday morning when I just gotten up, first thing in the morning, like 8:45 our time, and gone into the bathroom, and I hear my phone ring. But anyway, I did get to speak with them, so I'm always happy about that. And let's see. Oh, there's a nice red Mustang convertible. Oh, I love the 05, 6, and 7s, Mustang cars. We had an 05 when they first came out. We were one of the first ones in the area to get one, and we got red with red interior, which you don't see a lot of those around. I loved that car. Whew. My body didn't, though. The hard part was, when there's only 2 doors and it's a long car like that, trying to get in and out of them is a real challenge when you get older. So we traded it in for this. I'm still driving this, even though we've got we have a new Subaru Outback. That's what I refer to as Bob's car. There's the hospital here to the left. Anyway, so this has ended up being my car because it doesn't have all the fancy electronics that confuse the hell out of me. And it's all set up for towing. So this always goes down to Yuma with us, tow it behind the motorhome. Anyway, back to that hospital. That's the one where I've gone to for some procedures. It's, they just finished completing it, I think, during last spring. And they're already talking about that the area needs another hospital. So shows you how much this area has been growing. I used to live right up here, up to my left. That's where we moved to when we got married. Which reminds me, our anniversary is Thursday. We'll be married 32 years. Knowing each other 33 and a half years. It does not seem like it. Like we've been, together that long. I figured when we got married, I had no intentions of getting married again anyway, after my divorce from the first one. So, when I met Bob, it's like, the feelings I had for this guy and the feelings he had for me were just so unknown to me, it's so foreign. And he finally talked me into getting married. I didn't want to, but he wanted me to marry him so that everything he was building up for when he retired, if something happened to him, I would not have any problems getting stuff, being the recipient of everything. So, well, that convinced me. It's like, oh my God, a guy who cares about me and my future. He's been such a wonderful husband. I know some people think can be a little bit of an asshole sometimes, but yeah, that's what helped him get to where he got in his job. He's not that way to me, really. Or either that or I'm just used to it and I just, back, But he's taken such good care of me, and what else is going in there? And, always worries about me. I don't know how many of you have watched my travel videos, but do you see how he is always around? You got to look around but he's usually around. And if he feels like the group we're with is getting ahead, you'll hear, honey, honey. So cute. He's just a big teddy bear. He looks like he's a, mean-faced jerk, but he's not with me. So he's made reservations for us at this restaurant we love down in Bremerton that's on the water, and I think I did a video on that last year, and maybe the year before too, because that's where we love to go on our anniversary. It's called Anthony's Seaport. It's right down at the water in Bremerton where the ferry terminal is, and then now, of course, they've been building a lot of expensive condos. To my right is where I worked part-time on my own time when I was a cruise travel agent for a while. Of course, that place has been gone a long time, because along with the internet and all the travel agents pretty much going away at that time, and now a lot of them have come back because they found other ways to do it, you know, making use of the internet. I'm not interested in doing it anymore, just traveling it, not selling it. But speaking of which, we leave two weeks from Friday. 2 or 3 weeks from Friday, the 23rd, whatever that is. Of course, today is, what, the 5th, 6th, something like that. Let's see, 6th. So I'm going to have to start, ooh, there goes another Mustang, and a beautiful kind of candy apple kind of red, you know, oh, just gorgeous. I noticed gas has dropped about 10 cents a gallon in some of the bigger chains like Chevron and those type of places, you know, where their prices are always higher. I didn't go by our Safeway where we buy our gas, but it had been at $4.09, whereas like these stations just dropped to $4.69. So you see why we go to Safeway. And plus, we get money off, because we shop in Safeway, so you know, every time you buy something, you get a certain percentage or cents or whatever it is off. And it's the same way when we're in Yuma, because we go to what do you call it? Fry's, which is kind of, you know, carry Kroger brands. It's the same thing. We always get the gas cheaper there. The only problem with the Safeway here is we can't fit the motorhome in it. Because of the way the tanks are set up in conjunction with the building. We're almost down. Always a lot of traffic down there. To my right is the first Walmart that ever went in our area. I never go in there because I've got the one up near me, and here it's just a little different as far as people, you know what I mean. I don't know. It's a shame it has to be that way, and I have to think that way, but you got to think of your own safety. Oh, there goes that Mustang turning right. Oh, that's not really a red, it's more like the maroony kind of red. I can only think of a candy apple because it almost looks a little glittery. Now see, here's this Safeway, is $4.19. See, and it's higher than the one near our house, which was $4.09 last week. Well, the last 2 weeks. So I'm predicting when I go home, it's going to be less. Because then after Ross, I've got to remember to stop at CVS again and pick up the drugs that they didn't have ready for me last week. You know, I've got to get everything together for the trip, make sure I have enough to take with me. Sometimes it means skipping a pill every couple of days, you know, every other day, to make sure that I've got enough to get me home. Looks like a cop up here now. Not behind me, but yeah, behind me, but over in the other lane. used to be, and to the right, a Outback. Of course, you know, a lot of the Outbacks are closing down. Ours closed down several years ago. Of course, when it first opened, it was packed. You'd get there and you'd have to wait so long, as with any of the Outbacks. All over that way. Lowe's to the left of me. So this next light is where I turn. Let me put your face in the other way. This one was the first one, like I say, built in the area. You can tell by how mature the trees are. It's pretty crowded today. Let's see, I'm gonna go up, park in the shade. Kind of in the shade. Okay. Alrighty, so, gosh, I can't remember how long ago it was that they built this. Whew. So I'm going to get my stuff together here. I have to wear a mask, especially in this store. I'm sorry, I'm going to be cautious. I don't want to get sick again before a trip. You know, I got sick on the trip and finally over it. Let's make sure I've got my spray. And here we go up to the front of it. I'll turn this on just a little bit so you can see the front. You know, it's like most of them, but see, it's a long store. I'm gonna go down a little hill here, so I'm gonna put you off. I don't know if you can see how far back the store goes, but it's really a big store. This is looking down the side. I'm in the area where I walked through the school supplies, and I'm still in the Halloween area. There's some goodies though. Let's see if they got what I'm looking for in here. They have a lot of stickers. I mean, this whole aisle is all stickers. Oh, take a look at those. 2 rows of books, you know, coloring books, and mostly for kids here today, but sometimes they have a lot of them for adults too, but here's the little adult section, but I noticed there's some on the end, so I'll look at those too. Most of that row along the wall are toys, and then there's one, I think it was one row I went down that was toys, you know, heading from that. Here's looking down towards all of the ribbons and bows and party things. This is just one of the rows. Well, actually, they kind of form a V, and on the other side there were 2 rows of, what do you call them? Cards. Like the Hallmark cards and that stuff. This is a row with all of the cleaning supplies, and now towards the edge is the refrigeration unit. For this food section, there are 6 rows like this one with food on each side. So they got a lot more food in here than the other ones that I've gone to. I'm back towards the other back corner now, looking where I came in. You can see how far over. I mean, this store is huge. Well, I'm back. That was disappointing. Almost. It's supposed to be at 80 today. Came all the way down here hoping to find my granola bars that I've been buying at Dollar Tree since I started going to Dollar Tree. This one didn't have any either. all the way down here. Anyway, I did take a lot of inside shots. The store is very big. It's not real well organized. Because they got a lot of like little bins and carts and things full of all kinds of odds and ends that, they've cleared off shelves, but they're not cheaper. They're still $1.25. I'm not going to dig through those. So let me show you what I got. Mostly food stuff. Got this Jell-O to try. It's only 70 calories, so what the heck, And they did have tons of Bob's peanuts. I got 4 cans of these. 1 Almondettes for a change. Carmex, because I keep slitting my lip over here when I'm flossing. But as careful as I am, but because of my dry mouth that I get from the meds I'm on, when I wake up in the morning, man, my lips are so dry. So I got this as well as anyway, Blistex too. Blistex and Carmex, between the two. See if I can fix my lips up. And let's see, I did find 1 book. It's called Surrender, a novel. It sounds pretty interesting. So 10 long years have passed since war first broke out, and one couple still does not know the whereabouts of their children or what their country is fighting for. Sound familiar? They follow orders and their lives go by simply until one day the authorities announce that the area needs to be evacuated. Everyone must relocate to the Transparent City. The city is a paradise, a stunning glass dome of endless highways, buildings, trains, and markets. Everything its inhabitants need is provided: food, protection, shelter, and the family unquestioningly settles into their new life. But neither secrets nor walls are permitted here. Strict order, authoritarian calm, and transparency reign supreme. In a society in which everything private is public, the most chilling portent of our future emerges. Surrender is an urgent novel about dignity and rebellion and the lengths we go to preserve love, hope, and humanity. Oh, yeah, $1.25, because I'm looking for books to read on my trip. Okay, let's see, what else? There's the Blistex. Got this little box of Cheez-Its, 3 little packs in each one. So let's see, 3 servings, 110 in each little pack. Instead of the, what do you call them? Those granola bars, I decided to try these breakfast sandwiches in the peanut butter. Now these are only 100 calories too, which is what I liked about those granola bars. So I think that's everything. But just that little bit all came to 17 of my lunch. I got a little more ways to go. I'm starting to feel sick in the store because I ate my breakfast at around 10 this morning. So I don't like to eat lunch before I head out because I've got a weird tummy. I didn't want a chance having to go to the bathroom. Get these M&Ms out. Okay, I think that's everything I need to do. So now we will go back to Silverdale and we'll stop at Ross. So I will bring you back on when I get there. Yeah, we're in the Ross Dress for Less parking lot. There's a bunch of other little stores too. This has been here a long time. Looks pretty crowded. Catherine's used to be there. Remember Catherine's plus sizes? I think I'm just going to park down here. Or is that a No, it's not a handicap, okay. Last time I came in here, I didn't find a single thing. So I don't have much hope. But we'll do it just for the sake of doing it, being I'm in town. This town has just gotten so crowded since we moved over here 32 years ago. People didn't used to like to live over here because you had to, more than likely you had to work over in Seattle, which meant taking the ferry every morning and afternoon. But those of us who are real familiar with the area know that you get used to it. And you'd rather go over to the zoo during the week and work and come home to nice, what used to be peaceful, quiet, but we still love it here. So I'm going to go in. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Whew, well, I was surprised. I actually found some things. And then when she rung them up, is that the right amount? And I said, yeah, that seems less than I thought it was going to be. And she didn't say anything, so we'll look at the tag and see. First off, several of you are doing all these little, real littles that are made tiny. Specifically, I'm referring to Pinky Jean's sister, Subi, S-O-U-I-X or something like that, B-E-E. So I thought I'd get some of these to open up, and I might send some to her. So that was $9.99. Then I got these avocado. Well, it's not avocado, but it is avocado with retinol. Now, I don't usually use retinol, but I thought I might try it. There's 5 masks in here. And I thought if anybody wants to join me on a Mask Monday, we can do a little collab of this mask. It's just like the others. You, you know, wash your face first, put the mask on, wear it for 20 minutes, take it off, and so this was $4.49. Okay, that's what it says on the thing. It just seems like that was going to really add up high. Now this I thought was so pretty. Look at these are all trying to do without a glare. All those. It's Beauty Treats Jaded Jewels. Yeah, $7.99, which I don't usually like to pay this much. I just thought it was so pretty. So you know who might get this. So that, like I say, was $7.99. And then I found this one that's Born to Sparkle. And it's a 36-piece set. And it has, see all the bottom? And then on the top, I thought this was really pretty too. And it's got 3 different little sizes of brushes and what's this? The mascara, lashes. Paris Hilton. Well, this must be this by oh yeah, this is by Paris Hilton. Now it says $8.99. That's what they charged me. Okay. And this I had to get. I just thought it was cute. I mean, it's pretty. It takes on all different colors. It's a soap, scented hand soap. So there's already soap in it. It's not like I had to, you know, fill it myself. So this was $4.49. So that was it. Now, kind of mentally add up in your head what you think I spent in there, because I'm picking stuff up, and, you know. Now, the problem with this store is I don't like the way it's laid out. It's just kind of, you know, and they have very poorly set up makeup department, but not a whole lot. And they didn't really have any clearance areas. But my subtotal came to $35.95, which I was surprised. I thought it'd be up around $70, $80, something like that. You know? So that was Ross. I didn't find it. I found one sleeveless, though, top that I thought was really cute. That would be cute to take to Hawaii. It was an extra large, but it didn't look that extra large. And I thought, no. It was only $9.99, but I didn't want to chance it. So I didn't buy any clothing. I looked at the men's clothes for Bob because, you know, I'm trying to find more like Hawaiian type things. Let's see. Have any M&Ms left? Yeah. So that was it for today. What you guys think? Put sunglasses on. So I'll go back home. Bobby should be home by now. So hope you've enjoyed this. Please comment below, share, like, and subscribe. And I hope you're all having a good beginning to your week for a Tuesday. I love you all. Bye. Well, you know me. I'm back. I decided, heck, I haven't been in Macy's for like over a year. So I decided to go in there. So I went in and walked through the whole store basically, except, you know, what kids stuff was. And I actually found 3 tops. And now I'm trying to find things that look a little more floral-like for Hawaii. So this is the one I found. You know, my usual kind, V-neck. You know. Probably get the same kind from Wee Blessings at some point, but this was, I got it in a 0X, and it was $14.99. And this one I just thought was pretty. It's a long sleeve with a scoop neck, so it is long sleeve, but you know, I could take this on my trip. It's a size 0X also. And this last one, she said to me as she rung it up, now this is blue tag, so you have to return it today if it doesn't fit. So, there's nobody around me in here. I'm going to try it on in the car. But this is another Karen Scott brand. Pretty sure it should fit. Look at that pretty short sleeve. Now this was normally, well, it's covered over. I'm saving 67%. It's what they call last act. So it was $4.93, and it's a blue tag. And so she said this, you know, had to be returned today. Oh no, lady's coming up just when I'm getting ready to take my shirt off. It should fit me. It goes way past my sides. Let's see if I try it on over my shirt. I don't want to crawl way back in here again today once I get home. You know, if it fits over the shirt, then it should fit me normally. Yeah, I think it fits okay. But I'm not going to leave it on too hot. Too hot to have 2 shirts on. So, that's what I bought. Now, I think I've told you before, my mother was a 30-plus year employee of Federated, which is what Macy's, I don't know if they still are, but they were back then. So she always could get like 20% off, right? So she'd always try to get her to go shopping somewhere. Gotta go to Macy's where I can get my discount. Even though the shirt maybe cost more there, but it always appeased her. So, but I wouldn't have minded having her discount today. So my total came to $34 for 3 shirts. So that's averages out to, you know, about 30 bucks a shirt. So that's not bad. So I promise you, that's it now. What is it, 3:51? Yeah. Gets to be around 4 o'clock, Bobby starts worrying. And I said, oh, well, do you think I should stop driving soon? Yeah. Oh, no, you drive fine. And what's the worry? I still worry about you when you're not with me. Okay. Does he worry so much I'm going to get hurt? He knows me well. I do get hurt often, but yeah. He always worries about me. I mean, it's nice to have someone who worries about you, because the first one couldn't have given a shit what I did or what. So, let's get these glasses back on. fluff up the hair a little. And I don't think I'll be doing any more runs this week because, say, Thursday he's golfing, and then in the evening we're going out to dinner, and then Friday should be popcorn and a movie afternoon. So, I don't know, I quit recording my opinions of the movies because it didn't seem like very many people were watching them. So, anyway, I promise, this is it. Love you all. Bye.